All right, welcome. Today we're diving into something pretty profound, a huge shift in how we understand not only ourselves, but the very fabric of our reality. So let's get right into it. So let's just start with a big question. For centuries, we've pretty much seen ourselves as these biological machines, right? Just flesh and bone. But what if that whole idea is a fundamental misunderstanding of what we actually are? Okay, think about this. If you could zoom in, way, way in, past your skin, past your cells, right down to the atoms that make you up, you'd find something wild. What looks so solid is actually over 99% space. And this is where everything changes. What if that space isn't empty at all? What if it's actually this vibrating field of pure information? And that brings us to the core realization, really. You're not a body that has a spirit tucked inside. Nope, you are the field, a field of light that's just temporarily decided to look like a human. This means everything you experience, everything, is being dictated by the quality, the vibration of the light you're giving off. So let's dig into that a little more, this idea that you're not solid. I want you to imagine this vibrating field as the very foundation of your reality. So, how does that field turn into your physical experience? There has to be a bridge, right? A mechanism that translates all that energy into, well, you. And guess what? You're carrying it in every single one of your cells. And that bridge, that mechanism, is your DNA. This brings us to a huge concept. Your DNA is basically an antenna for this light. It's not just sitting there, it's in constant communication with the fabric of existence itself. It's the biological connection between the world of pure energy and the world of, stuff. Now, this is where things get really cool, because it completely flips the script on what we thought we knew. The old story? We saw DNA as this fixed blueprint, a locked code that basically sealed your genetic fate. But the new science? It's way more exciting. It tells us DNA is a dynamic antenna. It's a living transmitter and receiver that responds in real time to your inner world, especially your emotions. And how does it do this? Well, it's thought to happen through something called biophotons. And that's just a fancy word for faint but very real pulses of light that your cells are constantly emitting. Think of it like this. Healthy, happy cells give off this coherent, harmonious light. Stressed cells? They emit chaotic, messy light. And that light, that's the language the universe actually understands. So check out how this process actually works. Step 1. Your emotional state changes. You feel fear or you feel peace. Step 2. Your DNA literally responds. When you're scared, the spiral actually tightens up. It constricts. When you feel peaceful, it relaxes and opens up. This physical change then affects your light signal, your biophotons. And then, step 4. The quantum field simply mirrors back the signal you just broadcast. It's that direct. So here's the absolute bottom line. You can say affirmations until you're blue in the face, but the universe doesn't really listen to your words. It doesn't care about what you're saying. It responds to the coherence, the harmony of your light. It's listening to the deep down truth of your nervous system. Okay, but this is where we all get stuck, right? It leads to this massive paradox, a trap that so many of us fall right into. We try to control things. We try to force the outcomes we want. But in this quantum world, the harder you push, the more resistance you actually create. And it has a name, the observer loop. Have you ever done this? Wanted something so badly that you're just constantly checking for it? Is it here yet? How about now? Well, every time you look for the result, you are screaming to the universe that it isn't there. You're broadcasting the signal of missing, of lack. And so the field, being the perfect mirror it is, has to give you more lack. And you can see the difference right here. On one side, you've got pushing and forcing. That comes from fear, from a feeling of lack. It creates resistance, and it basically collapses all the infinite possibilities down to just one narrow, desperate outcome. But on the other side, you have allowing and flowing. That signals trust. It's like you stop trying to carry the whole ocean in a tiny cup, and instead, you just invite it to work with you. So what's the secret then? The people who really get this, they reach a state of neutrality. Now, this isn't about not caring. It's not apathy. It's more like an unclenched awareness. a state where you no longer need the thing to happen in order to feel okay. You like it, sure, you want it, but you don't need it. And that right there is the ultimate shift. When you're stuck in that observer loop, desperately checking for results, you're trying to force life to be a fixed, predictable little particle. But when you relax into that state of neutrality, you let life go back to what it truly is, a vast, open wave of infinite possibility. Okay, so this all sounds great, right? But how do we actually do it? How do we break that loop and really step into this effortless alignment? Let's get into the nitty-gritty, the practical side of becoming the field. Okay, first things first, it starts with a simple mindset shift. Instead of having this heavy, loaded expectation, get curious. Just play with it. Replace that thought of, I need this to happen with, I wonder what will happen if I just stay open to possibilities. And this isn't just mental, it's physical. Right now, unclench your jaw. Let your shoulders drop. Release that physical grip you have on reality. And when things don't go your way, see them as recalibrations, not failures. The universe is just giving you feedback. And look, if you want a tool you can use literally today, right now, try this. It's called the practice of the pause. It's so simple. Before you react to anything, just stop. That's step 1. Step 2, take one conscious breath. Just one. And for that single moment, step 3, don't try to fix anything, don't judge it, just be the space in which the moment is happening. It's in that tiny little gap that the loop starts to break, and you can actually hear what the field is trying to tell you. It's pretty wild when you realize it, but the part of you that was so desperately wanting the change was the only thing standing in its way. When you let go and become the field, reality stops being something that happens to you and becomes a living conversation. So I'll leave you with this final thought. The universe is always, always listening. The only question is, what frequency are you broadcasting right now?